بسم الله. إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستغفره ونستعينه ونستهديه ونؤمن به ونتوكل عليه ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا. من يهده الله فهو المهتد ومن يضلل فلن تجد له وليا مرشدا. ونشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له ونشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله وصفيه من خلقه وخليله. اللهم صل وسلم وبارك على سيدنا وحبيبنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه ومن والاه. عباد الله، أوصيكم ونفسي المقصرة أولا بتقوى الله، فاتقوا الله حق تقاته ولا تموتن إلا وأنتم مسلمون. ثم أما بعد, all praise are due to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the most gracious and the most merciful. And the best of his peace and blessings shall be bestowed upon his beloved Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam and upon those that follow his footsteps. Respected brothers and sisters in Islam, as you all know, the federal elections is on September 20th. And as you've heard from many of our shuyukh, that participating in this very important event is of high importance to us as Canadians, as also a minority community in Canada. The elections, my dear brothers and sisters, it's all about, if we want to evaluate it and understand it, what is the elections about? We know that it's all about public service. It's all about protecting your rights. It's all about serving your needs. It's all about balancing Canada. Canada, this beautiful country, is a very unique country because of the diversity that we have. The diversity is definitely something great, but it could be critical, because with diversity we also have sometimes conflict of interest. We have different cultures that they might not go along 100%. So by participating in the elections we are putting our voice, all communities, all citizens, all of us in this together, creating this beautiful model, Canadian model, by not just being citizens but being also in the parliament. Being in the parliament through our representatives. Our representatives play a huge role in doing this great job of serving the people. And when we talk about public service in Islam, we have a lot to share with others. I'll share with you a hadith today where Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, our beloved Prophet, said, لا يؤمن أحدكم حتى يحب لأخيه ما يحب لنفسه. You will not attain faith, you will not complete your faith until you love for others what you love for yourself. Imagine, your faith will never be completed unless you love for others what you love for yourself. In another hadith that explains the concept of love. What does it mean for us to love for others what we love for ourselves? In another hadith, when the Rasul ﷺ was asked, what is the best stage of faith, of iman? And he said, sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, أن تحب للناس ما تحب لنفسك. You love for الناس. الناس, everybody, humans. You love for humans what you love for yourself. وتكره لهم ما تكره لنفسك. And you hate for others what you hate for yourself. وأن تقول خيرا أو تصمت. And you either say the right thing, the good thing, or stay quiet. Stay silent. Remain silent. Never say anything bad. Your participation in this election is saying the right word, is a shahada, is a testimony. Your word is going to the parliament through your representative. And it's important for you to say the right word. Here we say, our brothers and sisters, our respected guests, the concept of loving for others what we love for ourselves is what we need to keep in mind as voters and as representatives. If as voters we evaluate the candidate, we evaluate the party based on what's best for everybody. What's best for Canada? What's best for the issues that matter to all? Yes, there are local issues and then there are Canadian issues. Think of everybody when you're thinking of voting. And same thing for the candidates. This is what they need to focus on. We'll continue in the next half of the khutbah. أقول قولي هذا وأستغفر الله لي ولكم فاستغفروه. أستغفر الله العظيم. بسم الله والحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله. The concept of loving for others what we love for ourselves in Islam is very deeply rooted. And it needs to be present when we talk about elections or about public service. Because without it, it makes no sense. It becomes just a chore and it's not going to serve its purpose. We're about to make a very important decision to evaluate parties and evaluate candidates. How do we evaluate parties? Definitely the policies is what speaks for the parties. Is the party policy or are there policies serving all Canadians? We need to understand this. But definitely, this is not an easy job for all of us to do. But the most important job for you to evaluate as a voter in your riding is your candidate. Is your candidate ready to represent you? Is your candidate ready to do a good job to represent you and represent the constituents of their ridings? 6 qualities that we're going to look at inshallah today from the guidance of our Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Quality number 1, the candidate has to be qualified. Qualified meaning has the experience of public service, knows what it's all about, knows the ideas of serving public, has to be educated, has to be learned, has to have the experience to be able to serve the public and represent you. Number 2, trustworthy. The candidate has to be trustworthy, a person that you can trust that they will do a good job. The person that you know that you can entrust them with your affairs. By placing a candidate in the parliament, you're entrusting them with your affairs, with your safety, with your needs. They need to be trustworthy. And here we remember الآية الكريمة where يا أبت استأجره, as mentioned in the Holy Quran, يا أبت استأجره إن خير من استأجرت القوي الأمين, describing the Prophet Musa عليه وعلى رسولنا الصلاة والسلام. إن خير من استأجرت, the best person to represent us, القوي الأمين, the qualified and the trustworthy. Number 3, care about people. Rasulullah صلى الله عليه وسلم said كلكم راع وكلكم مسؤول عن رعيته. He didn't say you're all leaders. He said كلكم راع. The word راع means you care for others. Your job is to care. Because if you don't care, you mean nothing to your constituents. You need to care about people. We learn from Umar radiallahu anhu wa ardah, our great successor of Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, the second Khalifa, where he said, والله لو عثرت شاه في العراق لخشيت أن يسأل عنها عمر. Where he said, oh by Allah, if a sheep, not a human being, this is how much he cared. If a sheep tripped in Iraq and he was in Medina, thousands of kilometers away, I will be afraid that I will be asked about that sheep. This is the care that we expect from our representatives. The person that we elect has to be fair to all people. Being fair to all people. You represent all people. We expect this. This is the message that we gave all of our representatives that visit us here at Dar. Fairness is highly expected from all of them. Number 5, respect. If you don't respect us, there's no point. This relationship means nothing. It's not going to fruit. It's not going to get anywhere. There has to be strong and mutual respect between the candidate and the community. And the last point, serve people's needs to the best of your ability. We understand that the members of parliament, they can't go and change the government upside down. We need to be very realistic, because a lot of people are not realistic in evaluating their candidates. They can't do everything on their own, but what they can do is to represent you and deliver your voice. There are no compromises on at least delivering your voice to the parliament, delivering your voice to the government, and we remember the guidance of Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam in this great hadith where he said, أحب الناس إلى الله أنفعهم للناس. The ones that are most beloved by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the best of you, who? That has more money, that has more wealth, that has better education, that has more authority? No. The ones that benefit people more. Benefit people, not just help. There's a difference between help and between benefit. Help, that means you attempted to help, but you didn't deliver. Benefit, that means you want to deliver on your promises. You want to work with people to help them, not just help them, benefit them. These are the qualities that we hope to see in all of our candidates, and we hope all of you take these in mind when you evaluate. We wish all of them the best, and we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that this election will produce the best candidates to serve Canada, Canadians, and to serve our community. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to bless us and protect us and help us make the right choices. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to shower us with His mercy. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to give us the wisdom to understand the guidance of Islam and help us follow it and apply it in our life. اللهم إنا نسألك العفو والعافية في الدنيا والآخرة. اللهم عافنا في ديننا. اللهم عافنا في دنيانا. اللهم استر عوراتنا وآمن روعاتنا. واحفظنا من بين يدينا ومن خلفنا وعن يميننا وعن شمائلنا ومن فوقنا ونعوذ بعظمتك أن نغتال من تحتنا إنك على كل شيء قدير. إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما. اللهم صل وسلم وبارك على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. وأنت يا أخي أقم الصلاة.